this is Faith at Faith and Books. How are you doing? This is an announcement video for a read-along called Hornblower 2023. And we're inviting you to join in. It will be a really fun read-along. I'm co-hosting this with Mark Richardson at Richardson Reads. I'm so thrilled that he agreed to co-host with me. He's an Coast Guard and small town librarian, and he really knows this Hornblower. So I'm excited. So if you're not familiar with the Hornblower series, let me see if I can show you all the books. There they are. There are 11 of them, and they were written originally back in the 1930s. And Forster created this character, Horatio Hornblower, who is this young man serving in the Navy, in the British Navy during the Napoleonic Wars. And it's just about his life and how he moves up in the ranks, because he has lots of flaws and insecurities, but under pressure, in a moment of crisis, he forgets about being scared physically. He's very physically courageous, and he also has a level head. He can think under pressure. So those two things make him an excellent leader. And he's quite likable. He's an interesting character. So it's fun to follow him. Now, Forster originally wrote a trilogy, and I think it came out in the late 30s. And then it was really, really popular. So then he started writing prequels and sequels to that trilogy. So the original books that made up the trilogy were Beat to Quarters, which in England is called The Happy Return, and then Ship of the Line, and this is my replacement copy, and then Flying Colors. So these three made up the trilogy, but then because they were so popular, he continued to write into the 50s, I believe, and put these books out. So what we're going to do is we're going to read one book a month from January to November. I'll go through each of the books. So this one is Mr. Midshipman Hornblower. So this is, chronologically, it's when Hornblower is the youngest, when he's first getting in to the Navy. This is a nice, I was sad that I couldn't find ones that matched. I only found one replacement. I had the whole series from my father. I lost 3 of them. So, and maybe I didn't quite, I don't think I had this one. This one I had to, I think that, I'm confusing myself. But anyway, I didn't have the full, all the novels in the series. I had to replace some. So this is a replacement one. I actually really like this edition, though, even though I'm sad it doesn't match. It's nice and floppy. It's the level of floppiness I like. It's a little bit bigger, and the type is a little bit bigger and there's a little bit more space. So I do like these editions. I just wished I had all of one or the other instead of a mix. Anyway, that's Mr. Midshipman Hornblower, and that's in January. Then the next one is Lieutenant Hornblower in February. Hornblower and the Hotspur in March. Hornblower and the Atropos, or Atropos, not sure how to say that one. And when would that be? In April? Wait, January, February, March, April. Yeah, this would be the April read. The May read would be Beat to Quarters, or if you're in England, The Happy Return. Ship of the Line is May. Is that right? Or was this, oh my gosh, January, February, March, April, May, June. This is June, Ship of the Line. And then Flying Colors in July. Oh, this would fit in with Jane Austen July in a way, because one of my very favorite Jane Austen book is Persuasion, and I love Captain Wentworth, and you hear about his exploits in the Navy and how he rose, because he didn't have any, the reason why they objected to him marrying Anne is because he didn't have any money, he didn't have any prestige or whatever. And then he was very successful in the Navy, and he comes back, with money and you know, people have respect for him. Well, this is the same kind of story with Hornblower. It's kind of a parallel. So it would really fit in. You know, the Napoleonic Wars, of course, really overlap a lot with the Regency period. So not only would this series be good for Jane Austen July, kind of Austen adjacent, but for Feb Regency, in February when they read Regency books, this is set during the Regency as well. So it would fit both those things. Anyway, so this was July. And then Commodore Hornblower for August. And Lord Hornblower, so he's coming up in the world, in September. And then, Admiral Hornblower in the West Indies, so he's really made it. And then the last one, let's see, this would be October, November, Hornblower During the Crisis. So, all right, so those are all the books. I think it'll be a really fun thing. It's going to be these are light reads. They're adventure stories, historical fiction, there's humor, there's lots of plot twists, there's interesting characters. So it's just a fun series. It's not heavy reading, so I think it'll be a fun thing to do. I'm very fond of them. At one time, many years ago, I was really into them for a couple of years, and then I haven't reread them probably 25 years. So I would really, I've been wanting to reread them, and I think this will be a fun event. So yes, and there's also a BBC series that came out, I think, back in the early 2000s, and that was beautifully filmed. I thought visually it was very beautiful, and the acting was good. I quibbled with the writing at the time. The books were much fresher in my mind back then, so I probably had reasons why I quibbled with the writing, but now I don't remember. So what I think I'm going to do is, after I read all these in December, I'm going to watch some of that Hornblower series and see what it was that I objected to way back when I watched those. So yes, so if you want to join in, and these books are easy to get a hold of. If they're not at your library, you can easily get them on Amazon. I got some of these through Thrift Books. I bet you can find them used. They've got 2 different audio recordings by 2 different narrators, the whole set. So that's available. And you can also get them on Kindle. I'm not sure about other e-readers, but I know you can get them at Amazon on the Kindle. So I think they're pretty easy to get a hold of, so I don't think you should have any problems. And I don't think you have to, go out and buy the whole set. You could probably, oh, my son's room, he dropped something. Anyway, so that's the read-along, and we're using the hashtag Hornblower2023, and if you have a channel and you want to join in, we would welcome you to make review videos, when you read the books, and we can discuss them. And if you don't have a channel, feel free to leave comments. And then we're both, Mark and I, are on Instagram. So if you don't have a YouTube channel but you have an Instagram, you could also participate there. So this is until 2023, and it's only November 1st now. But I wanted to give a heads up to everybody, because you do have to somehow figure out how you're going to get the books, even if it's just from the library. So. All right, so that is my announcement video. I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be really fun, and I hope you want to join in. And, that's it for now, and I'll probably be talking about this more later. So happy reading. Bye-bye.